What is up, everybody, and welcome to the first ever Dudes Who Bet Sports.
So you want to bet sports, but you need some advice on how to cash in big at a heck of a price. Well, if you want enough money to line your shorts, then you're in the right place. This is Dudes Who Bet Sports. Dudes Who Bet Sports, it's your favorite show. Dudes Who Bet Sports, where degenerates go. Dudes Who Bet Sports, time to change your approach with Aaron Halterman and his father, the coach. Let's ride.
Well, the Associated Press is full of shit.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a special edition of the Dudes Who Bet Sports Show. Hope everybody's having a good day today. Good afternoon. And boy, Papa Dude is pissed, everybody. So this is going to be a really good show. He has been ranting and raving in the back end of this thing. The Field of 68 has been released. Papa Dude, you've got problems.
Is smoke coming out of my ears? That's what I want to know. Listen, before I start, I would not want to be on this committee. It's a thankless job. Okay. It really and truly is. But they've got to be on drugs. Something. Okay. There's so much to get into. I hope the rest of you people are as pissed off as I am about this seating. This is the most dumbest, stupidest thing I have ever seen.
Head shaking 30 seconds in. Jason Oval says, yeah, it was kind of crazy. And congratulations to Mark. His Wyoming Cowboys are in. But yeah, there's some problems. By the way, we are OU fans. We're not mad that OU did.
Oh, absolutely not.
We did not think they deserved to be in. So it's not a homer rant. It's just rants in general. How do you want to do it? Do you want to just go through the seeds here one by one?
Well,
kind of go through
Yeah, let's do that. But let's come up with one thing before we start.
Okay.
And that is, why in the hell do we have these conference tournaments?
Right.
Why in the hell do we have them?
Yeah.
Let's look at the first example. Baylor. Why did Baylor even go to Kansas City? They should have saved their money, forfeited, and stayed home.
Yeah.
They're the number one. They got a number one seed. They never won a game in the Big 12 tournament. They lost to not a good Oklahoma team.
No.
They're very average.
Yeah, very. And the Big 12, who we've said is not that good. They don't have a great team. Gets two number one seeds.
Two number one seeds, and one of them didn't win a damn game in the conference tournament. Why do we have these things?
You would think that would have knocked them completely out of a number
three.
one.
I could go with. Okay.
Yeah.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
A 1.
Crazy.
So let's go over this again, folks. Why do you even go?
Yeah.
Why did they even go? They were a 1 no matter what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter.
It's crazy.
A 1.
Yep.
Why do we have them, these tournaments?
Well, if we're going to talk about that, let's talk about the big problem. Texas A&M almost won the SEC tournament. They have 23 wins.
This is absolutely insanity.
I'm shocked that there would be like maybe a single digit. Unbelievable.
I had them at 7. What in the hell were they supposed to do? Okay. They won 23 games. 23 games.
And they're in the SEC.
They're in the SEC.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look what they did.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, I hate A&M. I hate them.
Yeah.
I think I hate them second worst to Texas. I really do. Now, basketball, I really don't give a shit. But anyway. All right. They beat Florida in an elimination. I guarantee you, if Florida had 23 wins, they'd be in the damn tournament. They did what Texas A&M did, they'd be in it.
Yep.
Okay. So they beat Florida in an elimination game. By the way, in Tampa, I imagine there was 12 people there from Florida because it's not a football game, so they don't care. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Then they beat a team that's seeded number 2 in this damn hoax of a tournament, Auburn.
Right.
And then they beat Arkansas.
Yeah. Who's a 4 seed.
Number 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then they played Tennessee. This would have been their 5th game? No, their 4th game in 4 days. And they ran out of gas today. And by the way, Tennessee's 3.
Yeah.
And they should be 2 or maybe even 1.
Another great example of conference tournaments not mattering. Tennessee, my God, they go and they win the SEC, and they win it impressively. They beat Kentucky in a very impressive game.
They did.
They took care of business today, and their reward is a 3 seed. It's incredible.
And
And
Kentucky,
Auburn, who sucks. Auburn is terrible. I'm
It's terrible.
sorry. They're way overrated. They get a
faded,
2
faded,
seed,
faded.
and they could not have looked any worse down the not only in this tournament, the SEC tournament, but down the stretch. They were horrible.
They won by 1 point at Missouri,
Yeah.
which won 11 games and lost 20 and fired their coach.
Yeah.
They almost lost at Georgia, which won about 8 games and fired their coach. Yeah, this
Right.
is a really damn good number 2 seed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a joke. I thought for sure Tennessee would be the 2, Auburn would be the 3
Yes.
as far as seeding goes. And yeah, it tells us that the conference tournaments didn't mean a damn
Right.
thing, and I don't think they did at all.
And
It's
then
hard to argue.
And then the biggest joke is, okay, you want to get to Duke yet? Or do you
Oh,
want to save that?
I can't even fathom the
Let's-
Duke
We'll,
situation.
we'll do that when we start going through these
Yeah.
stupid brackets.
Well, I guess we could just say the way they seeded all the other ACC schools, they don't like them at all, right?
No,
Like shit all
absolutely.
over all the ACC schools,
So then you see Duke number 2
except for Duke.
Yeah. in a shit ass league that you don't even win the conference tournament in.
No.
And you get beat by Virginia Tech, who they've got seeded 11.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, this is so inconsistent,
Yeah.
so stupid. And the bottom line is here. Virginia Tech, Texas A&M does not get in, but
Yeah.
Michigan
Yeah.
gets in at 17-14. I don't believe they won. Did they even win a game in the tournament? I don't think so.
No, they got beat in the first round by Indiana.
Indiana in an elimination game. By the way, Indiana is playing in a play-in game, and Michigan is not.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to hold this bunch accountable. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's bad. It's very, very, very bad the way this is drawn out. And again, I want to reiterate, we're OU fans. We knew OU wasn't going to get in. We did not want OU to get in.
No.
And Dennis says, wait, stop everything. Michigan is in. Yes, they're in at 17-14.
And they're not in a play-in game, and the team they beat, Indiana,
Yes.
is in a playoff game.
And that's the other thing. They're comfortable. They're 11. They're an 11
Yeah.
seed. It wasn't even a debate that they were going to be in.
Oh, no, I had them scratched out the minute Indiana beat them. That was it.
Well, I think we were live on the air and we both said, well, that's it. Michigan's out.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
and not only that, they had a 17-point lead going down the stretch and blew it. And they still get in. And Indiana then comes back and wins another game,
Yeah.
takes Illinois to who was it? Who was it?
No, they beat Illinois.
Yeah, they beat Illinois,
Yeah.
who won the league, by the way,
Right.
and then takes Iowa to the buzzer. And
Yeah.
by the way, Iowa won the damn conference.
Yeah.
Yet they have to play a play-in game, and Michigan did. Did Juwan Howard beat the shit out of somebody? Is that what happened?
Maybe he had some threats, but like we kind of reviewed on that show, he doesn't punch all that hard. I don't think anybody should be intimidated by this guy. So
No, and
uh,
this is okay. I have not been involved in this as much the last 3 or 4 years. Maybe this shit goes on every year. I don't think it's ever been this bad.
yeah.
This is awful.
Yeah, it's bad. This was bad. This was bad. And it kept getting worse as it went along. So yeah, it's really bad. All right, let's pull up the brackets. Let's of course we'll give our picks on Wednesday on the pick, but this is just reaction to what's happened here. And we'll kick it off to the West region. I think this is a darn good region. Gonzaga gets the one, no problem with that. We talked about Boise State and Memphis. We talked about the Mountain West being very good and Memphis coming on late. No problems with that, I don't think.
No.
What about you? No.
And by the way, we'll get to all you guys' comments. You keep commenting. We're going to get to it. I guarantee you, Aaron.
We've gotten to most of them already. UConn with the 5 seed. I have no problem with that. New Mexico State at 12, no problem with that. Arkansas, the 4, I think you could argue they could be a little higher, but not when you rank Tennessee or when you put Tennessee as a 3, then Arkansas is going to have to be the 4.
Right.
So they'll take on Vermont. I think that's a very interesting game. Vermont's a pretty good team. What do you think about that?
Well, I do too. The UConn New Mexico State game is interesting too. New Mexico State's one of these teams no one knows about. They're
Mhm.
26-6. They're pretty good. I've watched UConn a bunch of times. They don't blow anybody out. They're not ready. That could be a dangerous game. And that 8-9, good luck trying to pick that. I'm going Boise State because I think Boise State got screwed. They ranked Colorado State ahead of them, and Boise State won the damn conference tournament and won the regular season, and they're an 8, and Colorado State's a 6.
Yeah.
Explain that one to me, tournament committee. I don't get that either, but I think they beat Memphis. I do. You're right. Arkansas, Vermont. I heard the yo-yos on CBS talking about it before we came on the air, and they're thinking Arkansas could get a big test in this one. You're a Vermont guy, so maybe you've seen them a little bit.
I follow Vermont. Yeah, and the reason why my wife grew up in Plattsburgh, New York, right across the pond there is University of Vermont in Burlington, Vermont, and yeah, I've been on that campus a lot. I follow them, just kind of to have fun. So they're kind of fun, and yeah, they're very, very good. They went 28-5, like obviously it says on the screen, and really no doubt they were going to go and win that conference tournament, and now. Like I said, the game is in Buffalo. I think Vermont will have a lot of people there. I think that's going to be a very, very interesting game.
Arkansas will travel. That's a long way for them.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody in Arkansas works. So they seem to travel really well. They really do.
Yeah, that will be a very, very
fans there.
Yeah.
By the way, this whiskey is not working.
All right, let's move on to the bottom half of the West region. Alabama gets a 6 seed. They'll take on the Rutgers Notre Dame winner. So there's
let's talk about this one.
Okay.
How's Alabama a 6?
I have no idea.
They're a 6. They didn't win a game in the SEC.
Well, they're 19-13.
19-13. I had them as one of the last bubble teams.
Mm-hmm.
I would have put them in there just because they're in the SEC. But 19-13 and a 6. And the team that goes to the conference championship game's not in.
Yeah.
And then you have Notre Dame. Once again, they won like 22 or 23 games in the ACC. In a normal year, they'd be like a 3 or a 4. But the media has decided the ACC sucks. So they're in a play-in game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's great. And Lindsay's comment a little bit earlier, Rutgers has a net of 77, and they're in a play-on game here, and then A&M does not get in with a net of 42. So pretty crazy. I mean, I think both these teams, you could make a case for them one way or the other. I don't think it's a huge shock that either one are in, but it's crazy. It just to leave off a team like A&M is insane. But anyway, all right, Texas Tech, Montana State. Should be pretty easy game, I think, for Tech. But then I think this is a tricky game here. Michigan State and Davidson. Michigan State's Jekyll and Hyde. We know the Big Ten has just been weird. And then Davidson, a team with tradition out of a conference that we've liked all year.
Yes, this will be an upset for me to pick. I mean, I'm going Davidson. I think the only thing is it's hard to bet against Michigan State in this darn tournament. They played better in the conference tournament. They won a couple of games, and they gave, I think it was Purdue, all they wanted. So they are starting to play a little better. Davidson is iffy. They're not great. They play hard. It's in Greenville, South Carolina. I think that'll be a home advantage for Davidson. I don't know where Davidson is, but I think it's I want to say it's in Virginia or North Carolina. I know it's somewhere in that area, so I think they'll have a home court advantage. That'll be I'll have to study that one a little bit.
Duke, we talked about. It's like, how in the hell are they a 2 seed? The way they've seeded all the other ACC schools. I kind of think the winner of Michigan State Davidson will beat Duke. I am not high on Duke at all.
Well, let's look what they did to deserve the 2. They were behind in the second half late to a Syracuse team with a losing record.
Yeah.
Then they beat Miami, who had them beat. Trying to find where Miami seeded 10th.
Mm-hmm.
They beat them by 4. And then Virginia Tech, who wasn't even in the tournament when the conference tournament started, beat the hell out of them yesterday. So, yeah, they really deserve it too.
Well, and it's incredible that this team also lost to North Carolina. I mean, they did not play good down the
No.
stretch whatsoever. So I think they're an upset city here, but not to Cal State Fullerton, but Michigan State or Davidson will give them a game. First look at this, I think Gonzaga is going to come out of this thing, and I know that's going out on a limb here, but
having not studied it much,
it seems to me you look at this, and I think Arkansas is a tough 4. If they may not have to play, I mean, I could see them getting upset, but they go. Let's say they have to play Arkansas or UConn. That's a tough Sweet 16 game. But I'm not. If I'm Gonzaga, I'm not afraid of Duke. I'm not afraid of Texas Tech, Alabama, any of these schools.
When you look at this, just at first glance, and we've not analyzed the others, this looks to be weak.
Yeah,
to me.
Yeah,
to me, the 2-3 are weak.
I think Texas Tech's a very weak 3 seed. I don't like them at all.
No, 6.
Alabama, I'm not a big fan of. I like I said, Michigan State is a dangerous team. Davidson is a dangerous team if they kind of get going. I like Arkansas a lot. I think they're a solid 4. But I just think they can kind of survive. This game right here, their second game, that Boise State-Memphis winner will not be an easy game for Gonzaga.
No, and I'm telling you, Boise State is good.
Yeah.
They get after you. So that won't be easy, no. And here's another thing. You got to kind of look at go back to that.
I know I've lost my place here. Hold on.
Okay, well, anyway, it does look like they've set this up for Izzo to play Coach K.
Oh, that's exactly what they've done.
That's what they've done.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, this is baloney too. Okay, here's the thing. Yeah, we know this is all about money. It's all about matchups. This tournament doesn't need that. It doesn't need that. People are going to watch. You don't need to do this crap. You don't need to do this. We're going to watch no matter who's playing who.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mark thinks Arkansas can beat Gonzaga if they get there. I think they could. I just don't.
I would worry about if they get UConn. That would be the one I would be the more concerned about.
Well, like I said, I think the Sweet 16 game will be tougher than the Elite 8 game. I really do.
Yeah.
Because if Arkansas played Duke or Texas Tech, I think Arkansas would beat them. And I think might go with UConn too. That gets a little sketchy. I don't know. I don't love UConn.
No, I will say this, Russ. If I was you, I would like this draw. I really would, because Gonzaga, we all know what they are. They're very good. They're very untested.
Honestly, I would hate it if I was an Arkansas fan. I would love it if you had the 3. I think you would get to the Elite 8 if you
think that top is much harder. Yeah, you're right.
I think it's much harder. I like Boise. I don't hate Memphis. I like UConn. I haven't watched enough of New Mexico State. And I really like Vermont. Like, I think Vermont could upset them.
I believe the top. I think the bottom. You're absolutely right. I think the bottom is pitifully weak.
Yeah, I don't like anybody really out of that bottom, and I like 3 or 4 out of the top. So, all right, let's move on to the next one. Where was I here? Right there. That's the one I wanted. The South region is next, and we have Arizona, who I think is very strong. They'll get to play a play-in game there against Wright State or Bryant. Who cares about that? Seton Hall, TCU. I thought they got this right. I like these two teams. I think an 8-9 matchup makes sense.
Yeah, I got no problem with that.
Yeah, Houston and UAB, I thought they got them about right. Maybe UAB could be a little higher, but look, you're coming out of the smaller conferences. You kind of take what you get sometimes there.
Yep, I think Houston could be a little higher.
Well, I don't know. I kind of liked them at a 4 or 5. I thought.
Yeah, I'm not. I tell you what, it's going to be a tough game for them. UAB's pretty good.
No, I think it will be too. Yeah. I think that's a toss-up game, no doubt about it. And then Illinois, Chattanooga. I think that's a toss-up game. Chattanooga's not bad.
No, they're not. And I think I saw them play. They were fairly lucky to win. They made a buzzer beater to win it. But Illinois is not that. They're not great. Look at their record, 22-9. That's not that good. I don't care who they play. That could be an upset.
Yeah.
If a guy had a lot of guts. Well, let's look at the spread on that, because I think Chattanooga might pull off a big surprise there.
Yeah, I think they could. I look at the top half of this, and I don't think Arizona gets tested during this. I really don't.
Probably not. the Seton Hall TCU, I don't think either one of those teams can score enough.
No. And I think that's going to be Houston's problem if they match up with Arizona. I don't know. Illinois might be able to give them a game, but I just feel like this is Arizona State's to get to the Elite Eight. But I think it gets much harder for them if they make the Elite Eight. Let's go through it here. First of all, Colorado State, and there they are, the Michigan Wolverines at number 11. I'm never going to get over that one.
No, and, I don't care what league you're in. Winning games means something. And let's talk about some of these mid-major teams that won games and aren't in this tournament.
Yeah.
And you're rewarding these jokers who lost almost half of the games they played. It's not right. It's just we're rewarding mediocrity is what we're doing.
Yeah. And like Mark says, he hopes CSU smokes Michigan. I do too.
I do.
I'd just be sick if they didn't.
Well, nobody likes them anyway.
Yeah.
And they sure don't like them after what happened, even though that's not the kid's fault. That's not the player's fault.
No, it's not, but it's crazy. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I think it's going to be very interesting that matchup. I think Colorado State rolls in that one. Now, the best 3 seed in the tournament, Tennessee, will take on Longwood. Forget about that one for a minute. Man, I think they roll over whoever they play in the next game as well. I think they're on to the Sweet 16 without any trouble.
I do too. If they play like they played today and yesterday with that swarming defense they've got, listen, they are hitting on. If I was them, I'd want to play Tuesday. They do get a break. They play Thursday. So I'd want to keep this going. They are on a roll. I think they've won like 10 in a row or something like that. Man, this is a team you don't want to play. I could have easily been okay if they were seated number 1.
Yep, I agree. I think they're going to be tough. Now let's get to the last 4 in this region. Ohio State is a 7, is almost as bad as Michigan is 11. It's probably worse. I mean, that's one of the worst 7 seeds I've ever seen. They'll take on Loyola Chicago. I'm taking Loyola Chicago all day long in that game.
Everybody will.
Yeah, they may even be a favorite. We'll see. And then Villanova and Delaware. I like this Villanova team. They won the tournament, conference tournament, like we kind of thought they would last week. So, to me, Villanova, Tennessee's on a collision course in the Sweet 16. And I do think that's very much a toss-up game. And I do think the winner of that Villanova-Tennessee game can beat Arizona.
Yeah, I do too. From what we're just glancing at this and not studying it much, this is the hardest regional so far. Of course, we've only went through 2, but I can't imagine one being any harder than this.
Well, because you've got 3 really good teams.
Oh, you do. Yeah. To me, Arizona should be the number 1 overall seed. Yeah. And Gonzaga is. And Arizona's 2. Villanova and Tennessee both could be number 1s. Real easy. I mean, do you think Tennessee could beat Baylor?
Yeah.
Kansas?
I think Tennessee would beat Baylor and would beat Kansas.
I think Villanova would too.
I think I would take Villanova to beat Baylor for sure. And probably Kansas. Yeah, I'd take them both.
Yeah. Now, Villanova got killed by Baylor back in December.
Yeah, but Villanova is playing way, way, way better.
It doesn't matter what happened in December. It just doesn't. So, anyway, this Villanova-Tennessee matchup, a very good team's going to go down if they get that far. Loyola is dangerous. They really are. They have experience in this thing. They know they can win. That would be a tough second game for Villanova, I think. Villanova is one of these teams, they don't blow anybody out either. But it could be because the Big East is so damn good. That may be why they don't blow anybody out. So this is really a tough bottom bracket. For sure.
I think it's going to be tough. Okay, first glance, who are we taking out of this region? I'm not going to hold you to it, but right now, who do you think is going to make the Final Four out of this?
I think the winner of the Tennessee Villanova. That's what I would take it.
Well, who's winning, Tennessee or Villanova?
Oh, that would be tough. Oh God, I don't have a clue.
Hey, I know you really got to start breaking these down.
Yeah.
All right, I won't hold you to it. I'm gonna take Arizona.
But you've liked them. I think they're going to have the easier road to get to where they would play one of these teams, and that means something. I just kind of think Tennessee and Villanova's played a better conference than Arizona.
Yep.
Might make a difference. But anything can happen in this thing. That's what makes it so great.
Yeah, Russ so far has Zaga and Villanova. You've got Gonzaga, and then the winner of Villanova, Tennessee, and then I'm going to take Arizona. But I'll spoiler alert, that's the last number 1 seed. I've only got Gonzaga, Arizona. I'm going upsets in the next 2. So, with that being said, let's get to the next 2, and let's get to the Midwest region. Let's take a quick, well, not a quick, but let's take a look at this one. Kansas, like I said, gets the 1 seed. Now, listen. We've said on this show for a few weeks, we don't think Kansas is great, but they are deserving of the number 1 seed. They did go to Kansas City and win this tournament
on their home floor, but that's okay.
Doesn't matter. They deserve credit for winning it. It's not an easy tournament to win, so they did. They'll take on the Texas schools, Texas Southern or Texas A&M Corpus Christi. The 8-9 is interesting. San Diego State coming out of the Mountain West. I really like the 9 seed Creighton as well. I think they're very, very good. I think Creighton wins that game, but it's a toss-up. What do you think of that one?
Oh, all these 8-9s are impossible.
Yeah.
They usually are, and this year they're even worse. San Diego State's very, very good too. No home advantage for anybody because that's played at Fort Worth. Glad to see Kansas go somewhere besides Kansas City to play. They usually put them real close to home. And you are absolutely right about Kansas. They won the regular season and then had to go back and win the conference tournament. Not very many teams do that. I don't think anybody did they?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. All these big leagues, I don't think anybody won both.
Let's see.
Arizona did.
Arizona. Yes, Arizona. Arizona did. Yeah.
And if you want to count Gonzaga. But
I don't count that as a big conference, though, really.
I don't either. So, that San Diego State Creighton game is going to be really good. And let me tell you, one of those teams can beat Kansas. I think Creighton could definitely beat Kansas, and Kansas struggles in those early games. If Kansas can get to the Sweet 16, they usually are a handful.
I think their toughest game might be the second one. Well, maybe. I don't know. That Iowa team is next. We'll talk about Iowa. Iowa got the 5 seed here, going to take on the Richmond Spiders. Richmond's not bad either. That's going to be an interesting game. And then to get to Sydney's comment, and I totally agree, Providence, who we've liked all year, going to take on South Dakota State. South Dakota State gets a 13 seed. That's a crime.
It's a crock. It's just it's an insult. Again, we're rewarding mediocrity. We're not looking at the overall picture. This is a team that did not lose a game in their conference, had to turn around and beat all these teams again in their conference tournament just to get into this. Do you understand the pressure they were under? They won 30 games. Had they lost a game in the conference tournament, they would be a 29-win team, not in it. Yet Michigan's in it 17-14, and Alabama's in it 19-13. This is not what we want to see. I'm sorry, committee. We'd rather see these other teams.
Well, and we've got conflicting kind of thoughts on Providence. I like Providence. You like Providence. We're kind of on that train, and it's also we like South Dakota State. So this is kind of a.
Well, I tell you what, both of these games are going to be tough. If here's another team, they got screwed. Totally got screwed. They should not be a 5. They won the Big Ten Conference Championship tournament, right?
Mm-hmm. They should be a little higher.
And the Big Ten got 8 schools in this thing, and they're a 5.
It's crazy.
And they look good. I mean, they're good. And if they get to hitting those threes, listen, they can beat anybody. They are on a roll. I think they beat Richmond. Providence, I don't know. Let's see. This is in Buffalo, so that's
going to help.
If you look at Providence and all of the very close games they won, they might just be about an 18-19 win team that won a lot of close games because they're guttier than hell. This could be an upset. This South Dakota State team is good.
I'm telling you, whoever comes out of that pot of 4 to the Sweet 16, they're going to have to earn it. And
they are.
It is a situation where any of the 4 could do it. I mean, I think this Richmond team's pretty decent as well. And like I said, I was really on a roll. That's going to be tough. That's going to be really, really tough. All right, let's go down to the bottom half. LSU, who fired their coach, they're a 6 seed. They take on Iowa State. Both these teams, Iowa State's the 11. I don't really like either one of them.
No.
Really.
I don't think Iowa State should have been in.
No.
They were 7-11 in the Big 12 conference.
They got ball busted in the first round of that conference too. That was awful.
They beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're weak. Now, what kind of chaos is LSU they're going through? I mean, when I didn't hear the story at all. I just somehow heard LSU fired their coach, and I'm thinking,
yeah,
have they already fired the football coach? That's the first thing. I didn't hear basketball or anything.
Yeah.
And then of course the allegations and all. Man, what is going on down there? But anyway, yeah, you don't know how to rate that game either. I think LSU wins because I don't think Iowa State can score 60 on anybody. So anyway.
No, I don't either.
Oh, good. That's good, Dennis.
So yeah, Dennis says, I'm glad the team who makes sure we all brush our teeth is in this year at Colgate. They take on Wisconsin. I want to get to this. Mark said, I don't like any of these teams, and yet one will make the Elite Eight. I'm totally with him.
Yeah.
The next bunch is USC and Miami. I haven't really liked either one of them all year. And we've talked about how Auburn sucks, and they're the 2 seed in it. This is a terribly weak region. Because we don't really like the 1 seed in the region all that much either in Kansas.
No, the upper bracket's has some pretty good teams.
They have good teams, but there's no juggernauts in this.
No.
Thing. Yeah.
This bottom, who was it? Russ made a great point. Look where they sent Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Send them to Milwaukee.
I know.
I mean, this is what the girls have to do. The girls part of it to get crowds. They have to send, like Oklahoma's thinking they may get it to host that first round as a 4.
Yeah.
I don't think they will, but anyway, they're hoping. This isn't right. It's just not right. I mean, Wisconsin's they're struggling a little bit. They're not playing as good as they have. They should come out of that. I would pick them to come out of this, but I don't think they're that good.
No, I don't either. And this is going to be a weak representation from this region. This is just not a very good region. No. Like I said, maybe the 4 seed's strong, maybe the 5 seed's strong, but they're not juggernauts. There's just nobody in here that's great, which gives Kansas a shot without any doubt. But I'm not picking them to win this region. As of now, if you had to pick one, who is it coming out of this region?
Oh, you're going to be shocked when I say this one.
Let's hear it.
I'm taking Iowa.
I'm not shocked. And I'm going to tell you something with that pick. They could do it, or they could be out in the first round.
You can say that about 20 of these or 24.
That's right. This is tough. They're good. There's some people taking Iowa as well. What do y'all know about the Richmond Spiders? They're very good. We've covered.
Got a great nickname.
A lot.
Yeah,
they do have a great nickname.
I love it.
They come from a sneaky conference. They played well in the conference tournament.
They did.
They can beat Iowa, but I don't hate your pick of Iowa winning this region. That's how kind of just mediocre I think this thing is. I don't want to do it. I kind of think Providence is going to come out of this if they win the first game. Yeah. I think they beat Iowa. I think they're good enough to beat Kansas. I think Providence can get hot and do it, but I also think they could lose the first round. This is going to give me nightmares, this bracket. It's going to be tough.
I will say this. I was very impressed with Kansas in the tournament.
Yeah.
I thought they played 3 really good games.
Well, they have zero excuse.
No, right? That's right.
They should be in the Final Four, right? And I don't think they're going to be, but they have no excuse. They have drawn a region where they should win it.
That's right. I agree.
Dave says Auburn is a team here. I cannot get on board with
Dave,
Auburn.
I don't think you've watched them lately.
I just can't get on board with them.
No, they've really struggled down the stretch. And when you just look at the record, yes, but this team is not playing well. They have no coach.
Yeah.
I just can't. I mean, do they have the talent? Yes.
Yeah.
They definitely have the talent to get through this region. But you can't just turn it on and off like a water faucet, and they're not playing very well. So
Yeah. Final comment before we move on to the final region, which will be the East region. Dennis says, how cool would it be if South Dakota stayed in the Final Four or something like that? This is the region it could happen, right?
Okay.
You've got those types of teams that are going to be dangerous, and you've got the better, quote unquote, better, higher seeded teams that are kind of weak.
Yep. Let's just look at these. You got South Dakota State. You got either Creighton or San Diego State could make a run.
Yep.
No question about it.
Richmond
can make a run. Then you get down on that other. No, that's a little different.
I mean, yeah, this is just gross.
You know what? Miami is better than a 10.
Yeah.
They're not great. And USC at times, you know what? They could come out of this. You don't think they could beat Auburn if they get by Miami? I think they can.
Yeah.
They're tougher than a 7. Yeah. Look at their record at 26-7. That's not bad.
No, and I think they could beat Auburn for sure if they get them.
Oh, yeah. And about what? 4 of those losses are to Arizona, number 1 seed, and UCLA in a minute. They're 4. That's pretty good.
We very well could be. Dave said, "Hey, Auburn's got 2 lottery picks. Give me them." We very well could be talking them into the Final Four, but I just they have not been good.
No, and they looked awful against Texas A&M.
They've looked awful the whole second half of the year.
They've
won some games. Listen, they have 2 lottery picks, and they can barely beat teams, and then they lose at places they shouldn't lose. They lost at Florida. I mean, I don't know. I think the bubble burst with them. They peaked too early.
They almost lost at Missouri.
Yeah, they remind me of like this Breeders' Cup juvenile field. They were pretty good as 2-year-olds, and then when they turned 3, not good. Not good at all. Their giant game, their command performance, their Papicap to me. That's that's where I'm at with them. Aaron Mattingly joining us said Auburn has looked bad for a long time now. They have to completely turn it around. If they get back to their form mid-season, maybe they can do it. But and then Bruce Pearl, great recruiter, just not a great coach. He was bad in close games too.
Good to see you there, Aaron. He's Mr. Basketball. Tell us who you like.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. So final region is the East region. And I think it's a little better than the last one we covered, but we'll see what Papa Dude's thoughts on it as well. Baylor takes on Norfolk State. And like we've already expressed, Baylor as a 1 seed is just
it's a joke.
Explain it to me. I don't know how they are. North Carolina and Marquette. This is a really good first round matchup. We thought Marquette might be on the bubble. Didn't seem to be that way at all, though. North Carolina, like you said, an 8 seed. That's a tough matchup for Baylor if they get North Carolina in the second round.
Yeah, just when I get on the bandwagon of North Carolina, they lay an egg like they did in the semis. God, they look so bad. I mean, they just looked awful. Marquette is really struggling. They struggled down the stretch. They got this tournament bid back in January when they won several games.
Yeah,
and not played well in February. So this is another tough 8-9 though, because you can't trust North Carolina. Marquette's tough. They're real tough. North Carolina, I think, is soft. So I'm leaning towards Marquette maybe to beat them, even though they're not playing very well. That's going to be a hard one to pick. I think St. Mary's is good. I don't know if they're a 5.
Yeah.
I had them, I think it's 6 or 7, so it's close. They're a 5 because they beat Gonzaga. That's the only reason. I can't believe Indiana's in a play-in.
I can't either.
I don't think they're great, but golly, they won a couple of games, almost won 3 in that conference. Guys, I'm telling you, you don't understand the pressure those teams are under just to get in the tournament and have to keep winning. And they do it, and you give them a play-in game. Wyoming stumbled down the stretch. Sorry, Mark, but it's true, and I think you will admit that.
Yeah,
I think UCLA is a solid 4. They're tough. They're a tournament team. They play well in this. And Akron's kind of a sleeper in there at 13. They're the 4th. Here's another thing. They're the 4th best team in the MAC.
Yeah,
and they won the tournament. and eliminated 3 really good teams, I guarantee you one of them is more deserving than Michigan
Yeah.
or probably Rutgers, for that matter.
Yeah.
So-
I agree with that. It's going to be interesting. Mattingly asked a very interesting question. Who is your team from the first 4 that's going to go on a run every year since it started? One team does it. His is Wyoming. I think if I could cheat, the winner of this Wyoming-Indiana game, I do think is going to win and beat St. Mary's. Now, I don't know if they could beat UCLA, but I think it's going to come out of this game. I like both these teams.
I do too. I think Indiana beats Wyoming.
Well, and
Are
I
they
think
still playing that in Dayton?
yes, yeah,
That'll be a home court
Yeah.
advantage for Indiana.
yeah.
If Indiana plays like they did in the Big Ten tournament, I think they'll beat Wyoming. If they go back to playing like they were, the Cowboys have got a real shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a good game. I don't think either one of those should be in a play-in.
I think the lower play-in games are going to be really good. That Notre Dame game is going to be pretty good as well. And Rutgers, I mean, they're kind of evenly matched. This Wyoming Indiana game is very interesting. Like I said, I think the winner of that one is going to beat St. Mary's, and then we'll see. They're going to take their chances.
Well, I think the only one of those major teams that are in those playing games that should be there is Rutgers.
Yeah,
They should be in it. Michigan definitely should be in it. If they made the tournament, then they need to play in the play-in game for sure. And I don't know. I can find a couple more here too. I don't think Ohio State. A lot of people. You can talk about them all you want.
A lot of people saying that Dennis and Dave agreed with Dennis that UCLA will be the one that beats Baylor and knocks them out. We'll talk about that in just a second when we pick our winner here. But let's go on and move on to the final portion of this thing here. Texas gets a 6 seed. They'll take on Virginia Tech. And like I said, Virginia Tech wins the ACC tournament, and their reward is an 11 seed. They beat that strong number 2 seed in Duke. Yeah. So that's a toss-up game right there. Purdue will take on Yale. I think Purdue will be able to handle that. Mm-hmm. Murray State, we've liked them all year. They are a 7 seed at 30-2. And they take on San Francisco, a team that was on the bubble. And then Kentucky takes on the world-famous St. Peter's. So, what do you think about this one?
Well, I think here's another team that I think should be a play-in, and that's San Francisco.
Yeah, I didn't get this one at all.
No. They should be a play-in instead of Notre Dame or Wyoming or Indiana. They should. Mm-hmm. They should. I think Virginia Tech smokes Texas. I don't like Texas one bit. Yeah. I think they are soft. I think they've got a really good coach. I don't know if anybody can coach down there. I don't know. Yeah. They should be better than what they are. If Virginia Tech plays like they did in an ACC tournament, they're going to beat them. So that'll be a definite pick for me. I think Murray State will beat San Francisco. Let's see. Now, Murray's in Kentucky and then playing Indiana. That's not that far from Murray, Kentucky to Indianapolis. And Kentucky will beat the Peacocks. So
Yeah. So you got Kentucky, Murray State in that second round. That's going to be an interesting game. I think Kentucky wins it. I think Kentucky drew a great region. I really do. And I know Dennis isn't going to be happy. He hates Kentucky, but I think they drew a great region. I really, really do. I can see Kentucky, UCLA in the Elite Eight. That's a uniform game. That's like I like to call that. Man, they're going to look good out there in their uniforms.
Yeah.
Kentucky and UCLA. That's what it's supposed to be, right? So,
yeah.
All right. Who are you taking in this one?
I'm really looking forward to that Kentucky. If Murray State gets by that first game in Kentucky, that'll be a dandy. I'm not taking Baylor. I can't take a team that can't beat Oklahoma in the first round of the Big 12 tournament. I just can't do it. So let's see here. Yeah, if I had to pick, it'd probably be UCLA out of that top. I'm going to take Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm going to take them too. I know they got beat, but in that SEC tournament by Tennessee. But listen, I have a lot of respect for Tennessee, so I'm taking Kentucky out of this one too. Think of Tennessee, who got the 3 seed and beat Kentucky and won the SEC. Think if they were the 2 seed here, I think I would. Boom, to Tennessee Final Four, right? I wouldn't even think about it. just shows you how tough it is. So
Yeah. I would take Purdue second
yeah.
to win that side of it.
Yeah, Trish Smith chimes in as a Kentucky fan. Their game against Tennessee was just not what I would like to see coming into the tournament. I agree. I absolutely agree with that. But the flip side of that, Trish, is I think they drew a region that you do want to see. I think if you're going to be the number 2 seed, you'd love to see Baylor as that number 1 seed for sure. And honestly, I don't think Purdue's great as a 3 seed.
Let's look at this. If this is the way they do it, which I've always heard they do, Baylor would have had to have been the 4th number 1 seed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So don't they put the best number 2 seed against the worst number 1?
Supposedly.
Well, okay. If that's what they did, then they got Kentucky as the 5th, which is bullshit. They're not the 5th.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were going into it. And once again, the conference tournaments don't mean anything.
Right. Yeah.
And I hear what Lindsay's saying too. I agree with you, Lindsay.
Well, I don't know if it's the same reason. I'm not picking Baylor because I think they're not very good. Is that why you can't pick?
I think she's thinking they didn't win the tournament, so she can't pick them.
I
don't know.
I can't pick Baylor because I don't think they're very good. I mean, that's where I just don't.
Well,
any team that Oklahoma can beat, they're not very good. Right? Baylor, Texas Tech, they're not very good if we beat them.
I agree.
We basically could play for Oklahoma and score more than some of our players.
Well, no, that's not
they
true.
They can't score.
No.
They cannot score. They had a great year. They played hard. By the way, I don't think OU's in, even if they beat Texas Tech. They would have had to win the whole thing, now that I see that. Yeah, OU beat Arkansas when Arkansas was not even close to
winning. They weren't playing yet. They weren't playing good yet.
Arkansas was a JV team.
Yeah, they would kill Oklahoma now.
And by the way, I'm going to pick Vermont to beat Arkansas, so it still applies. So.
I know. Here's the thing that you're talking about. What have OU got in had they beat Tech?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that would have given them 19. They would be 19, and then Kansas would have beat them, so they'd been 19 and 15.
Mm-hmm.
No, they wouldn't have got in over a 17 and 14 Michigan team. That was not going to happen.
Right. But what's crazy is even at 19 and 15, I don't think they deserve to be.
They might have I don't either. But they might have gotten in if Richmond had not lost or had not beaten Davidson, because Richmond took a spot. You know.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm distracted because there's some breaking news. Didn't think we'd be covering this. Tom Brady has unretired and will be back next season with the Buccaneers.
What?
Yeah, crazy. I saw a few comments and I was like, yeah, we'll see. And then it just came up over my phone as well. So Tom Brady will be back. He's got he says he has unfinished business and he realizes he still has a place on the field and not in the stands.
Okay, now
my time will come, but it's not now. I love my teammates and I love the support from my family. They make it all possible. I'm coming back for my 23rd season in Tampa. Unfinished business. Let's go.
Okay, this is the Dudes Who Bet Sports show, so we've got to cover this just for a minute.
I think we've covered this NCAA. Well, hold on. Have we picked 2? Yeah, we picked. Yeah, it's over. The college basketball's over. Let's talk football.
Well, let's see. I'm collecting my thoughts here. Huge Tom Brady fan.
Yeah.
Lost a little bit of respect for him. Okay, now let's analyze this. I've been reading some stuff that, and again, it's all Twitter rumor.
Yeah.
That he retired because his family wanted him to. Have you heard that?
I haven't heard that, but.
Well, I read that. That
could be true.
They were insinuating he had marital problems.
Huh.
Which, I mean, come on, that's just, maybe he does. I don't know. But
yeah.
And now he's coming back and he says, thanks for family support. Did he just spur the moment? Think he didn't play very well maybe in that final game and he was frustrated and retired out of frustration and then got to thinking about it. Because the Bucs never did say he was done, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So here's the deal. Sydney says, not surprised at all. I'm not either, but I am surprised it's Tampa. So here was my theory on what happened. I think that situation in Tampa last year was a circus,
Mhm.
right? I mean, there was some crazy shit that happened. I don't think he really liked, he didn't act like he was getting along with the coach. All kinds of division within the locker room, I think, was happening on
Mhm.
that team. And if you notice, their play steadily declined throughout the
he
year.
did.
And I think he was done with Tampa. What I was assuming was going to happen is come about, let's say July or August, he'd come back and he's a free agent. He's back and he'll go sign with somebody. He can't
Yeah.
pick a team. I am very surprised the announcement is now, and I'm very surprised it's at Tampa, but I'm not surprised that he's coming back.
No, because he had too damn good a year to retire. You know,
Mm-hmm.
usually guys don't retire when they playing that well. Do you think maybe there's been a lot of talk and there's going to be some changes made within that organization? Because Brady played in a place there wasn't a whole lot of, Belichick ran that thing pretty tightly and
Not a lot of drama.
not a lot of drama. There was drama off the field, but not on the field.
Yeah, not within the locker room. There wasn't.
No, and
Yeah.
we got rid of jokers that couldn't fit in. And
Yeah.
let's face it, there was jokers down at Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe some of those guys aren't coming back, and they've assured him of that. I don't know.
You would think they would had to have assured him they were heading in a direction that he liked. But it's like I said, I'm not surprised. I'm happy. I'm very happy. I'm sure the Tampa Bay fans are ecstatic because who knows what that would have looked like a quarterback. So yeah.
Didn't I see they were thinking about Watson?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go from Tom Brady to Sean. Well, that's quite a change.
Kind of polar opposite as far as
A
the
little bit
personalities
different
go.
kind of person. Yeah, of course, some people will disagree with us on that, but
Yeah.
I think the league's better with him. I'll tell you for sure.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I liked watching him, and the only thing that bothers me when a guy gets up to his age, and let's face it, he's for an NFL quarterback, he's ancient, and he was able to retire up on a high note. I know they lost, but personally, he's at the tip top of the stats. I always hate when they stay too long and like their last year, it's like, oh, you're not very good anymore. Like honestly, like Peyton Manning's last year, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, or Roethlisberger this year.
Yeah. It's just like that's not you. So I hate that he might fall down because eventually he's got to slip. It's gonna happen. So.
He's got to.
Yeah.
But my gosh, if you just look at the statistics, and he had very little help.
Mm-hmm.
He played the last part of the year without his best receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And to throw for as many yards as he did, he carried that team at 43, 44, whatever age he is.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
I thought of something before we go off the air here. Let's see if the lines are out for those first 4 games. We could at least talk about those, and then we'll talk about the regular tournament on Wednesday. Let's see. Looks like the lines are not out.
Yeah, it'll be pretty quick to get those out. Hey, this bracket is going to be so hard.
Yeah.
This is going to be impossible.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's crazy.
So since the lines aren't out, we won't talk about those. But
we can give a quick pick.
Well, yeah, let's just give a quick pick without the spread here. It'll start off on Tuesday. And like I said, all these games are going to be in Dayton, Ohio. So on Tuesday night, this thing kicks off. If I can pull it up here, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi takes on Texas Southern. Do you have a pick for us on that one?
No, I just draw one out of a hat on that one. I just put 2 of them in there and draw one out.
Yeah, I agree.
I would go with Texas Southern. That's who I'd pick.
Okay, and then I'm going to go Texas A&M, Corpus Christi.
Okay,
just to be different.
Yeah.
If we both pick one, we can't lose. So Indiana takes on Wyoming. We both said we liked Indiana in this one.
I do. If they play, and it's a big if, we don't know, if they play with the effort and the way they were playing in the Big Ten tournament, I think they're better than Wyoming.
I think their talent level. Yeah, I think their talent level might be a little higher. We'll see. All right, and then on Wednesday night, again, all games in Dayton, Ohio. Bryant takes on Wright State. Who do you like in that one?
Man, I tell you, I bet both of these a lot. in the on the money line and hardly missed either one of them.
Yeah,
I think Wright State played in a little better league
do too.
than Bryant, so I'm going to go with Wright State.
I think they played a better schedule and a better league. Obviously, better. I'm talking better non-conference and then a better league schedule.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like Wright State as well. Notre Dame taking on Rutgers. That's the final one on Wednesday night.
That's a toss-up. I think the Irish get them. I just think they're more tournament experience, and I don't know if they're better. I'm just not that high on Rutgers. I'm just not.
Yeah,
I'm going Notre Dame.
yeah. I think Notre Dame. I'll take Notre Dame as well. I think that's a real toss-up. We'll see. I bet that line's 1 or 2 points. It'll be close.
That'll be close.
It'll be very close. All right, Thursday's games are out, so they do have the schedules out. We don't have the times, but Gonzaga, Georgia State, Baylor, Norfolk State, Kentucky, and St. Peter's. Kansas will play the winner of that Texas game, meaning Texas, Southern Texas, A&M, Corpus Christi, Longwood, Tennessee, Providence, South Dakota State, Akron, UCLA, Arkansas will play on Thursday. They'll take on Vermont. Obviously, St. Mary's will play the winner of the playing game there between Indiana and Wyoming. Murray State and San Francisco, UConn, New Mexico State, Colorado State, Michigan, Iowa, Richmond, North Carolina, Marquette, Boise State, and Memphis, and then San Diego State and Creighton. So that'll be the Thursday games. So we'll see what happens with that. It looks like three of the number 1 seeds are going to open up on Thursday, and then the other one, of course, be Friday. So, I mean, we got a lot to do. We got a lot of homework to do. We'll be back here Wednesday. We're doing the show, our week show on Wednesday, not Thursday, because, of course, the games will be going on Thursday. We want to go through every single game. We're going to fill out our brackets on Wednesday for you guys. Make sure to join us and jump in on that. Also, I want to make an announcement. We will have a Racing Dudes Bracket Challenge pool on ESPN. Pretty sure I can set one up on ESPN. I'll give you the password out on Twitter. We'll tweet it out. We may email blast it as well. So be looking for that. Everybody join. No entry fee. And then I think the winner, we're going to, maybe the top 3 finishers, we're going to send like a prize pack of some sort, t-shirts, hats, stuff like that. All free, mainly just for fun. Everybody feel free to join. I'll tweet that out. We'll talk about it Wednesday. We'll let everybody know how to join that as well. So the Racing News Bracket Challenge, we hope to get a ton of people in. Like I said, it's all for fun. Everybody come and have a good time. I think people will enjoy that. So look for that. I'll have that set up probably tomorrow. We'll get that tweeted out, emailed, everything like that, and then we'll talk about it on the show. Papa Dude, you follow women's college basketball. Early pick for the women's championship.
Oh, man, Lindsay. Been so busy. I know South Carolina is awfully good, and I know Texas is awfully good. I hate Texas. So even women hate Texas women too. I'll go South Carolina.
South Carolina? All right. I'm going Oklahoma. Come on.
No way.
No, let's see. I will go.
You can't go UConn automatically because they're not as good as they have been.
Yeah.
With the women.
Let's see. I'm pulling up the bracket right now. Oh, there is.
Well, wait a minute. I forgot Stanford. They're pretty good too.
Is there not a bracket?
No,
it's out tonight. I don't care. I don't care about this. Don't ask those questions. All right. So Sylvan says he's gonna bet what Papa Dude bets. So
no, don't do that.
Oh, Stanford and South Carolina are
okay. I did good.
There you go.
Yeah, I do, Jason. I would never date a woman from Texas. No.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I would not.
Texas.
I met a beautiful woman once, and I said, "Where are you from?" She said, "Dallas." I said, "Get the hell away from me." Not great.
What time are we doing the show Wednesday? That's a good question. What time do you want to do it?
Well, it's my anniversary, so we got to. We can't.
Oh shit! I did not know that.
Yeah, we can't do it at night. So.
Do we need to do it on Tuesday? We could do it Tuesday.
No, Wednesday's fine at noon. When we used to do the Thursday thing.
Are you sure? Do you do Wednesday at noon? You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why wouldn't that work?
Wednesday at noon. and then you'll be free at about
Yeah.
1 o'clock. So Wednesday at noon Central Time, Wednesday at
That all
1
right,
p.m.
honey?
Eastern.
Is that all right, honey? Noon, Wednesday? I don't even know where the hell she is. All my hubby's exes live in Texas. There's nothing. I don't even, when we go to Dallas, I about puke when I cross the Texas border.
No, I don't.
Yes, I do.
Well, you do, yeah.
I don't like anything about Texas.
I like Dallas.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that setting's okay. But
I like Dallas. I like Dallas a lot.
I got one thing, and this won't take but a minute.
Okay, go on.
It's rather ridiculous.
Okay.
Okay. And this is really stupid, but okay. The other night, and this has nothing to do with the fact that we lost. That's the Missouri Southern game. Nothing to do with it.
I watched this game, by the way.
Did you? Okay. 0.2 seconds left in regulation, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, somebody has determined that with 0.2 seconds to go, you can't make a shot. You can't do it.
Right.
Okay. Why did we even throw the ball in?
Right. Yeah.
Because
You
we
could tip
threw the
it.
ball in.
You could tip.
You could
Like
tip
you could throw it to the post and she tips it like that.
in point
That's all you can do. Just tip it. Anything under 0.5, I think that's all you can do.
Well, I think it's ridiculous. So, of course, our girl made the three.
Right.
Of course, they didn't count it, and that's fine. I just think it's kind of dumb to. I think when it gets down below 0.4, you just say the game's over.
No, because a good coach would throw a lob into the post and the post would tip it. But a coach that's never coached in a big game, that's what happens. That's where I'm at with it. I watched them for the first time ever. I called the same inbounds plays 3 damn times in a row. I don't know what the hell he was doing.
I don't know why he had the girl throwing it in that he had thrown it in.
And by the way,
I don't get that.
Missouri Southern got every call in that game.
Oh, yeah.
Every single call, and they still didn't win. So,
And they
it was. I text Lindsay once. I said, "My God, they got every call. They still couldn't win the game."
I know. Only MIAA team to lose out of the 4.
Well, the problem with them, seriously, is they have one player.
They do.
And
when you control her, they're in
Yeah.
trouble.
yeah,
They
but
gotta
no, it's a heartbreaking loss, but it's still a good season. Still a good season.
I really think she was hurt or didn't feel well because he subbed her early a couple of times, and he never does that, which tells me she was ailing a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I want to listen, Joshua. You come in and you share this news anytime, whether what we're talking about. He says, "I know this is not horse racing, but I hit the pick 5 and pick 6 at Tampa on Star Day and watched the race with the owner and got in the winner's circle." Joshua, that sounds like a fantastic day. Congratulations. That's awesome.
he got a pick 5 and a pick 6.
That's right. Yes, at Tampa Bay. A lot of people congratulate him here. There's
That is
nothing better.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You better hang it up, bud. That'll never happen again.
Yeah.
What's the odds of getting a pick 5 and a pick 6?
Well, if you're good, the odds are great, like Joshua. So.
Luck, but you got the luck was there. I mean, I know you did a great job, I'm sure, Josh, but you got to get kind of lucky too.
Yeah.
To get those. That is really, really an accomplishment.
Yeah. Everybody is very, very happy for Joshua. And I listen, seriously, thank you for coming in and saying it. We love stories like that, and that is awesome. We are very, very excited.
Really good.
Both tickets under $70. Man, that's fantastic.
Wow.
That is fantastic. Great handicapping. Great job. Great job.
Nice. Before we go down to the Arkansas Derby.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. If you haven't heard yet, Arkansas Derby, it's official. Secret Oath is going to run in the Arkansas Derby. So super, super excited for that. Yeah.
Oh, it was funny. This is kind of funny. We were sitting here and the bracket thing came on and Sandy goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm filling out my bracket for the big dance." And she goes, "What?" I said, the bracket for March Madness. And I said, "Haven't you ever heard of March Madness?" And she said, "Yeah, but I didn't know it was basketball." Oh, boy. I'm going to make her fill one out, though.
So, Joshua, are you saying we helped you hit it, or just thanks to saying thanks? Because if we helped you hit it, that's even better. So, hopefully we helped a little bit as well. Yeah, we did well at Tampa today, so we may have been able to help him a little.
That is fantastic. A pick 5 and a pick 6 in the same day.
Yeah, it looks like let's see, pick 5 was almost $1,000. So that very, very, very good. Very, very good.
Yeah.
So, all right. Yeah, this was
Have you ever hit a pick 6, Aaron?
What's up?
Have you ever hit a pick 6?
Yes, I've hit a pick 6.
Oh, you have?
Believe it or not, yes.
You never bragged to me about it.
Well, I've got class. No, I'm kidding.
Remember the time we picked the pick 4 at Oklahoma City and lost money?
I've done that twice. Actually, I've done that 3 times. Every time I go, listen, the Remington Park pick 4 usually pays, the late pick 4 usually pays like $800.
At least.
If not more. And I've hit it 3 times and lost money all 3 times. Yeah. Yeah. Greatest pick 6 score is the first day I met Mike Somich, and him and his dad and I played the pick 6 at Gulfstream. And it was a force out day, and we hit it. And the first leg, we were in a photo and we watched it. We all were standing right there on the wire. We watched it live, and we were like, well, we missed it. It just looked like our horse lost. There's a photo, one horse we had, one horse we didn't. And we were like, yeah, well, we lost. Unbelievable. First damn leg. And Somich is already like, well, back to pick 5. Don't worry about it. We go back to our table and we sit down, and they show the slow-mo. And Somich's dad goes, guys, we hit it. We got it. And Somich is like, Dad, we didn't hit that. Like, it's not even close. And so we look, and it's a slow motion. And sure enough, I don't know how we all missed it. The horse we had was clear, got his nose down. And I looked at those guys and I said, listen, this is it. We're going to hit it. We're going to hit this. And would you know, it was like $120 ticket probably. Would you know, we were never close to losing again, ever. And the last leg, we had 2 horses, and the 2 horses were like 7 or 8 lengths ahead of everybody and stayed that way the whole time.
Oh,
around.
man.
It's unbelievable. We had a great time. Yeah.
Where's this at?
At Gulfstream. Yeah. And then we went to, where did we go? I can't remember. We celebrated pretty hard that night. Is what I was getting at. We went to Flanagan's right across from the track. Had a really good time. Yeah.
I just that night down at Oklahoma City, we didn't just barely lose either. It was like $12. We didn't have a very big ticket at all. I like that, Dennis. There's days hit a pick 1. That's for sure.
Oakland on Friday this week. It's like, wow. Saturday, Sunday was better, but Friday is like, wow, I don't know that have I ever handicapped a race. That's how it looked. Of course, it was snowing so hard you couldn't really see the horse.
Oh, I was watching that day. Golly.
Yeah. A great Oakland story. This ends with 5 out of 6. Oakland used to have something called the Class 6. It was the last 6 races. They called it the Class 6. It was stupid, but anyway,
I thought it was classic.
Well, it just depends. You could call it that.
Okay.
But anyway, it carried over like 5 days in a row, 4 or 5 days in a row. Nobody hit it. So it got up over 1 million. And I don't even know if we even had racing dudes yet. This was a long time ago. And Jared and I were down there. And as a matter of fact, I know we didn't have dudes because Jared wasn't even married yet. Anyway, and but the girls were down there with us, and we went to some bar with Kelby, and we just it was bad. So it's 2 a.m. We're at the Staybridge Hotel, drunk in the lobby. We go and we grab a form, and we put together an $18 ticket for the pick 6, and we went 5 out of 6 on it. And we don't even remember handicapping it that night. I mean, we didn't win very much money because 5 out of 6 didn't pay much, but still, that was a fun night too.
You bet.
We got there. We went to the track, and the Arkansas bred Maiden Claimers was the 3rd leg. And we had two horses, an 8-1 and a 10-1, and they never ran. And we looked at each other and we're like, why did we do that? Like, what were we thinking here? It's like, I don't know. Let's just go with it. It's $18. Who cares? And they ran 1-2. Those Arkansas brats. And we go, we're going to win. But then we lost the next leg. So
I just got a text.
Okay.
A buddy of mine. He's at the Thunder game tonight.
Okay.
And both teams, they're playing Memphis. Both have come out in white uniforms. And they have a delay because you can't both have white.
Okay.
Can you believe that? He just texted me a picture.
Well, that's
and both teams have white uniforms on. And this was I just now saw this. This was at 6:15. And he said, we're in a delay. And I guess they've had to go back to the locker room and one of them's had to put on dark uniforms, I guess.
Well,
can you believe that they get ready to tip off and they don't realize they both have white on?
That's unbelievable. I mean, we've
can you believe this?
Like always on this show, we've covered it all, right? We started off ranting, then we talked about the tournament. Then Tom Brady unretires during the show. Then it's girls basketball. Then it's pick six. Some guy hit a pick six in Tampa. We're talking about that. And now we're all white uniforms for two teams at the Thunder game. So
there's a picture right here. I see it.
Can you probably did?
No, I don't know how to do that. But both teams and the referees are standing there and they're doing this.
Yeah.
Like that. What we do? Wouldn't you think at an NBA game they would get it straight? Okay, you guys want to wear white tonight? Okay, we'll wear our dark uniforms. That's fine. But normally the visiting team wears dark uniforms. But I've noticed in the NBA now, you never do know what uniforms they're wearing.
You sure it wasn't a Boyz II Men concert? That's fantastic.
I see the picture. That's just unreal. Well, it looks like there may be, I don't know, 1,000 people at the game.
Any chance Papa Dude is coming to Saratoga this summer? People want to know the answer to this.
Well, we'll see.
You could meet Sylvian. You could meet Vinny.
I'll take some donations for it. If you want to chip in. If you want to chip in some donations. But what if the dark uniforms were dirty? Well...
you could meet Jason if you go to Saratoga. That's
all right. I'm really seriously thinking about it.
He's coming. He's coming, guys. He's coming.
I think I need to. Yeah, you've got to satisfy the fans.
You could meet Jason. You could meet Sylvian. You could meet Dennis. I bet Samich will probably be there.
I see.
Maybe we can get Magic to come.
This is all new to me because I used to coach and I had no fans.
Right.
And now, when you're worldwide, you've got maybe I can go on a tour.
You've got a good dozen fans, I would say. So
it's amazing. I didn't have any 6 months ago. So
Dennis,
I'm a long way. Well, Dennis,
all right.
Dennis doesn't know how to get out of Louisville.
No, he does. I'm confident he can do it. Dennis, we're coming to see you first Saturday in May. So.
Oh, that'd be great.
Jason, I'm working on Magic. He's coming.
He's going to leave, isn't he?
I think he's coming to Vegas, and I'm going to really talk him into Saratoga. So, yeah, that would be great to have Magic. Vinny.
He needs to bring his girlfriend. What with him?
Magic's girlfriend?
Yeah, remember
his ex-girlfriend? I don't think that would be good. Well, he might bring his wife.
No, he don't bring her. He just tells his ex-girlfriend that lives up that way to just pick her up.
Yeah, that's a good point. We could do that. Sydney says, come to Woodbine. Magic really, really, really wants to go to Woodbine. So we might do that. Who knows? Let's see. I'll be in Toga. Oh, July. There you go, Russ. Okay. All right.
That's awesome. Good.
I'm trying to make it up 3 times this year. I did it last year. Had a lot of fun. Trying to make it up again. Home away from home.
Razorbacks, Russ. Good luck to the Razorbacks.
Yeah, good luck to everybody that has a team in the tournament. Must be nice. I don't. Papa Dude doesn't. So, yeah.
I got Houston.
Well, the team I'm rooting for is Vermont. So sorry, Russ. Hope you
got one. You got one.
No, come on. Dave says, come to Arlington. Oh, wait. No, can't go there. It's gone. All right, guys, we're getting off here. We'll be back Wednesday at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern time. By the way, we're the only show on Wednesday, so maybe we should just move to Wednesday. We'll dominate the channel.
Yeah, we could. Maybe we need to do a 2-hour.
No, let's not do that.
Hey, I plan on doing each region, writing an article on each region. That's in the plan, so you can go to racingdudes.com all sports and check that out and bet against what I picked.
Agree with Jason. Whitney weekend to be a good weekend to go. Probably the best card. Well, no, the Travers is the best card, but it's a great card with a lot less people. Travers is a lot of fun, but it's also crazy. So, all right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna be back on Wednesday. Everybody get to handicapping these games and come with your opinions on Wednesday. Like I said, Papa Dude sounds like he's going to need some help. But
I am, and don't forget, Aaron's going to get that bracket up too. You guys can play along.
Yes, bracket challenge will be up tomorrow. I promise. First thing tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do. That's on my schedule. So everybody that's trying to get those picks for Louisiana Downs on a Tuesday, sorry, you're going to have to wait another hour. I get this bracket set up. So, all right, guys, we will be back on Wednesday, noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Go through every single game on our bracket. You guys can chime in as well as always. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. I think this was our highest viewed live show yet. I'm not for 100% for sure on that, but it seemed like it by the people that came in. So thank each and every one of you for joining, listening, all that kind of stuff. So, all right, guys, have a good night, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
This has been a presentation of RacingDudes.com, your destination for all things horse racing and sports betting. Whether you want free winners, expert insider picks, up-to-the-minute trackside weather reports, or podcasts and videos for bettors of all skill levels. Never make another wager without visiting the Racing Dudes. First,